Hello, hello, hello! My name is Danicker. I am a speedrunner of the World's Test Game 3, and I'm joined today by Hsblue.
Hello, I'm Hsblue, and I speedrun the World's Test Game 1.
Okay, let's get straight into it. Time is in 3, 2, 1, begin. Okay, so the premise of this game is very simple. You just have to get to the end without touching the blue dots. Having said that, there is a trick right at the beginning of the run, so watch closely. We can go straight through that dot there. That's a very precise alignment that you need for that, but there is a consistent setup, so we're able to use that in full game runs. There are potentially other clips like that can be done, but they don't have consistent setup, so that's the only one that we'll be doing today. So I just died there. There's going to be a lot of deaths in this run because it's a very hard game. In fact, it's the world's hardest game. And I will be donating $1 for every time I die, so we'll see how high that gets. Hopefully not beyond my bank. So the main things we need to do is collect all of the coins. We don't need all the keys. And then get to the end of each level once we have all the coins. And there's some tricks coming up here. Maybe Hsblue, you could explain what's happening here.
Yeah, so we call this the key clip, and what's going to happen is as soon as Danicker grabs his key, he has 10 frames to be able to go through anything, any enemy. So you can see...
got it.
Nice! There you go. So what he did was he got... And right here, second time, boom!
Yeah, we just went through that wall as well.
He went through the wall, there you go, that's the harder one. So... yeah, 10 frames to go through any enemy, and he hit the checkpoint, spawning across the wall, skipping a whole section.
Hey, I forgot to ask, what color are we supposed to be?
Grey, I think.
Let me just quickly double check that. It should be easy enough to check. I've got grey.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
In the dub.
Okay, I'll just quickly check, switch over to grey.
Nice. So this is a very cycle-heavy game, and you can see there's a lot of patterns that we have to follow. But if you die, then everything can get thrown off, but that's why we can go in and out of a room to reset the pattern.
Yeah, so sometimes if you see me switching between rooms very quickly, then that's a pattern reset, because every time you enter a room, it will take the pattern back to the beginning, which can be useful if we need to change the cycle.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm going to try something tight here.
Oh my gosh. That's insane. And this is only level 2? Oh my gosh. There's 5 levels in this game.
Yeah, so there's only 5 levels in this game, but they get a lot harder as they go along. So we're already into level 2, but the later levels will be much longer and more difficult. If you have any donations, now would be a good time.
Yep, just want to remind everyone that we're AusSpeedruns. We're an organisation that does speedrun events to raise money for a variety of charities. This event, we are raising money for Cure Cancer's Game on Cancer initiative, a charity which funds early career cancer researchers working across all areas of cancer research. If you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com. And in addition to that, AusSpeedruns we will usually retain any Twitch revenue, because obviously we do have costs, but this time we went up, we are doing pretty well. So any Twitch revenue that we get during the event in the month of July, up until the end of the event, will also be donated to Game on Cancer. So that includes any bits, subscriptions, ad revenue, basically anything that comes up on the fancy little revenue analytic that the Twitch gives us. At the end of the event, we'll throw all that into the pot.
Fantastic. Yeah, so we're just heading towards the end of level 2 here. We just went up to A1 to collect some coins and got a key, which will enable us to get these coins here. And then we'll be heading into 2A3 to finish level 2.
Very tight movement. And you got, we're up to the last coins in this level, and so he got the last coin, and that unlocks the end of the level. So now it's just gotta get to the end. And there we go. Now we can move on to level 3. Oh! Oh my gosh, that is a really tight segment. Usually it takes a few tries. Oh, and there's gonna be another. Ooh.
Oh, I missed that there.
There's going to be another tight segment at the end of this key area.
Ah, same mistake again.
Nice.
Yeah, so one of the differences you might notice in level 3 is it's got a much more open structure than the other levels in the game. So as a casual player, you got a lot of choices of which directions you want to go. Like in this room, you can see there's 4 different ways out of this room I could go. Okay, something funny just happened there. I didn't mean to die, but if you die with coins on a checkpoint, then it will collect the coins for you, which is kind of nice.
Oh my gosh. That was some tight movement right there.
Yeah, I kept on missing that in practice, so that's nice. Messed up there though.
What I like about the World's Hardest Game 3 is that you'll see a lot of patterns and you'll recognize them from other games, from like World's Hardest Game 1, World's Hardest Game 2, and that's a really nice touch. And not only do they just take the same pattern, but they really add to it, buff it out. Maybe there's a twist to it.
Yeah, often Stevie, who's the creator of the game, reuses patterns in the later games. So if you've played the World's Hardest Game 1, there'll be some patterns coming up later that you might recognize.
Yeah, shoutouts to Stevie.
And also shoutouts to Snayk for the awesome music.
Ooh.
So again, we don't need all of the keys for the any percent category. In the 100% category, you have to get all of the collectibles, which includes the keys and also the paints. The paints are what let you change color, but because we're doing any percent, we can just choose whatever color we want.
Yeah, we will have to collect every single key, which is very nice for this 20%. Oh, right here.
The 100% run is only about 5 minutes longer anyway.
Oh. Man, this movement is so tight. This looks crazy.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite routes to do, because it looks really cool. Move back through this room. Hope that we don't die, because
Yeah, no checkpoints.
yeah, as we get towards the later levels, the checkpoints get further apart, and so
Ooh.
any death can cost quite a bit of time. The key thing for getting a strong time in this game is getting really consistent at all of the different enemy patterns, so that you minimize your deaths as much as possible. This room here is a good example of that, because I have to go down and get these coins and keys and then come back up without a checkpoint. If I was doing 100%, I'd have to get the key in the middle as well, but we don't need it for any percent.
That middle area is terrifying.
Yeah, the middle area is the hardest because it's where the enemies intersect.
Nice.
So we just finished A3, and now we're heading over to C1. First going through this room. There's a neat little trick you can do on the corner here. Oh, not like that.
Oh.
Do like that to save a bit of time.
Oh my gosh. Insanity. Jeez. Alright. What's gonna happen here is gonna grab the key and clip through the dots there. It doesn't save any time, but you feel a lot safer.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mini key clip. Oh, you get to see it again.
No, we just like seeing that clip a lot. Here we go. Yeah, so you don't have to hold your breath there. It's just nice.
Oh, we got to see the coin glitch. If you were very observant, you might have noticed one of the coins was missing the second time we went into the room. It's because there's a glitch where if you collect that coin after having a certain checkpoint, it actually gets saved permanently. There's a couple of coin glitches that you can do in the game, but none of them are really useful for a speedrun. I didn't quite make it there.
Yeah, in practice, you can usually clip the corner of that checkpoint. That's alright. Nice. Oh my gosh. Level 4?
Yeah, just like that, we've pretty much finished level 3, so we'll be heading into level 4, and this is where the difficulty kicks up a notch.
You can tell by the color. Oh man, intermediate.
Yeah, if you've played any of the other World's Host games, then you might know that the color changes as the levels get harder. Purple is the first step up from blue.
Yeah, what's up? Man, that stepped room.
Yeah, that room's hard because the stationary enemies are on like a diagonal grid, which means you constantly have to be moving up and down. You can't just go in straight lines.
Alright, so this room is very nice because you don't actually have to get all the coins in one go. Ooh. We have to go through here 4 times, in, out, and yeah, we kind of like sweep it. It's great.
Yeah, that bit at the end there is a bit tight. That's why I died the first time. This is one of my favorite rooms. Took me probably about an hour to beat it the first time I came through here.
Jeez.
But once you know the path, it's not too bad. Oh, that's unfortunate, right? To die right at the end. Okay, and we're coming up to the room below this, which is 4E5, which for me is the second hardest room in the whole game. So it will probably take quite a few attempts, hopefully not too long.
Nah, this room is insane. I don't know how he does it. Like, I swear, this took me like the entire day just to do this one room. Like, because you can only go up, down, left, and right, but this is like circular. And already into the key, but he has to make it back? No way.
Still have to make it back.
No way! How did you do that? Oh my god.
Okay, that's very good. I can't complain about that.
Wow.
So heading back through here, we collect the coins on the top. We got the ones on the bottom last time. There's a fair amount of backtracking in level 4, as Hsblue said. C4, C3, and C2 we have to go through 4 times. This time we're going to be getting those coins at the bottom there that we left earlier.
Gosh, this is terrifying. This entire game is like the definition of anxiety. What?
Okay, we get some of the coins that we left behind last time.
Good sweeping.
And now we're going to be heading into a bit of a sort of easier part of level 4, so if there are any donations now would be a good time.
Fantastic, thank you. So we've got $100 from the Port Stevens crowd.
Woo!
I'm guessing is a specific group that you're familiar with. It says, world's hardest game, go well, Daniel. Which does seem to be going pretty well so far, so good luck.
Thank you very much.
Was had. There's also $30 from Megaslayer in the audience right now. I got a question for the runner and commentator. Does the character move at the same timing? I've got the word things here, mate. Timing? Speed, yeah, same speed as the killer dots. And also wanting to put that donation towards the Kiwi run to make it a bit harder. So that's been done. But yeah, so the question, does the character move at the same speed?
Yeah, it depends because some of the enemies are faster than others. So some of the enemies move at exactly the same speed as the player, and some of them are slower and some of them are faster. Something interesting about the player's speed, which is useful to know, is that when you move diagonally, it moves you essentially faster because you get the speed in both directions added together. So that means if you're moving left or right and you want to also move up or down to grab some coins or something, then you don't lose any speed by going up and down.
Alright, so this is the hardest room in the game, I believe.
Yeah, most people agree. There's some people who think differently, but for me it is the hardest room in the whole game.
So this section right here, where you have to tap a lot. Oh my god, so he has to do that 4 times overall. Here's the second time. It's extremely tight. Yeah, you'll see like...
Yeah, you have to stay in between these enemies, moving around these different paths. You have to keep tapping at just the right speed. Okay, can I squeeze through that? Yes, I can. Ooh, not quite. Okay, so we're halfway through the hard part. This part here is not as tricky, but there is a little tricky strat I'm going to go for with this key to just slide in there. I think I might have gone a bit too low down. No, we're good.
Ooh. Yeah, these key clips are insane. Alright, 2 more left.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Alright, you'll see here.
I don't think I'm going to make it, so I'm just going to play safe.
Yeah,
Wait for the next cycle. Yeah, sometimes even though this is easier than the middle section, it's still very hard, and you can sometimes die a few times here.
I mean, it is the world's hardest game.
That's right. I think we got that.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, praying.
Hey!
Alright,
that's
2 more.
still not the hardest part to go.
The last one has the most pressure because it's at the end. Alright. Nice.
So that's the hardest room behind us. As long as I can get through here.
I think I've had a nightmare about that room.
I've had living nightmares of that room. Yeah, so that's most of level 4 done. We're just going to head back through some of the rooms we've already done and then head over to the finish after we collect the remaining coins. Level 4, even though the levels tend to get harder as they go along, but level 4 and level 5 are actually pretty similar in difficulty. The main difference is level 5, the checkpoints are further apart, which means if you die, you lose more progress and more time.
Have to be more clutch.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay. So this is a very trivial level. So right here you can see he's going through, but then all of a sudden it goes backwards. The amount of memory you have to have, you never know.
Yeah. So this room you have to memorize the pattern, and this pattern's not too bad, but then the second part of the room has a much more complex pattern. And when you're doing a PB attempt speedrun, it can be very stressful in this room to make sure you don't do anything wrong. And I'm about to do a little trick here. We're going to go to the main menu, and what this does is it just resets the pattern. which means that we save a couple of seconds, because otherwise this is a very slow pattern. And if you're wondering what the empty box is in the middle, that's where the grey paint would usually be. You would go in there and collect the grey paint, but since we've already got the grey paint, there's nothing in there to collect.
Oh, that's a shame, because the glitch that we used to get the grey paint...
Yeah, there is a cool technique you can use to get the grey paint, because when you finish the level, or any level you finish, you will be invincible until the next level starts. Oh, I made a mistake there. Too much talking and not enough. What's the cycle at? I think I'll just wait. Yeah, it should start soon.
Yeah, so when you die, like, it's tragic. That, oh.
Yeah, that's a bad spot to die, because this is quite a slow section. But what I was saying is when you finish the level, you'll become invincible, which you can actually use that to go into that box in the middle and collect the paint before the next level starts. That's used in the 100% run, but it's not needed for any percent because, like I said, we don't need the paints.
So we could go for donations right now.
At this point, just remind everyone that we do have a few prizes. We've been talking about these a lot, and that's because we think they're really bloody cool. So if you've put in at least $10 as a donation, you'll be eligible to win at least one of 8 Landfall game bundles. That's 3 of their greatest hits: Cluster Truck, Tabs, and Nightfall. If you're in Australia and you donate $20 or more, you're also in the running for a pair of the HyperX Cloud earbuds, and $40 or more puts you in the running for one of 2 HyperX Cloud 2 gaming headsets. For more information, you can visit prizes.ausspeedruns.com. That, of course, includes full T's and C's and so forth. And, of course, we thank Landfall and our major sponsor, HyperX, for providing these wonderful prizes to give out to you all.
Fantastic. I'm low-key hoping I get more than 40 deaths, so I'll be eligible for those prizes. Okay. Just, if anyone's curious, my personal best for the game is 10 deaths for the whole game. To my knowledge, no one has done it in less than that. It is a very difficult game. But I hope to lower that number in the near future with some more practice. The first time I played the game, it took me about 5,000 deaths, so you can see what the progression is like.
Oh man, 5,000? That's actually pretty good.
So we just started level 5, which is red. Now things are getting really intense. And you can see that there's a lot of room transitions that don't have checkpoints. Checkpoints tend to be further apart. A lot of stuff we need to do in between. And still facing difficult patterns that we need to get through.
Oh my gosh, this room looks terrifying. Like that middle area, what is going on?
Oh, okay, I missed the key, that's okay. Yeah, speaking of that middle area, I'm going to have to wait for a good cycle to get through. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm having to improvise a little bit here because I got thrown off my route, but luckily we made it through.
Oh my god, this is stressful. I'm not even playing and this is stressful.
I'm going to do a quick pattern reset here. That's just to change the cycle to one that I'm more familiar with. I can get that later, it doesn't matter. And then we're coming up to 5B3, which is another one of the more difficult rooms in this game. So we need to go through this moving maze, and if you're playing this casually, you probably just inch your way through very nervously. That's what I did the first time. Also a key clip here.
Ooh, fancy.
And yeah, but we're trying to go as fast as possible, but that also means that we're more likely to die. But we got that. We need to go back up there for the coins, but I'm just going to come down and save. Didn't quite make that cycle, but that's okay. Yeah, we need to go back up here for the coins on the right hand side.
But yeah, going through this casually is like hard. Now imagine trying to go fast while this is moving. Like, I don't know how you do this. This is crazy.
Yeah, this side is a little bit easier because it has these bits that get yeah, well, those bits that kill you. But apart from that, it has those bits that close off on the edges. Which means that you have a bit of time to breathe. You don't have to go flat out as fast as possible. but it's also still quite difficult. And getting these coins quickly is also difficult. See if we can squeeze through there.
No way. Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Not bad. Only one death in that section.
Incredible.
Oopsie.
I like this room because it references level 11 in Lost Arts Game 1 and level 50 in Lost Arts Game 2.
Yeah, that's true. We were talking earlier about reuse patterns, and back there in 5v4 there's a couple of patterns from earlier games.
And you'll see here.
Another key clip here.
Boom. Oh my gosh. That is so tight.
So we're heading up through here to what is colloquially known as the upper level 5, heading into 5C2. This is another really cool looking room, all of these enemies moving at different speeds. And all of the routes that you see me do are rehearsed patterns that I've practiced, except occasionally if I get thrown off, then I may have to improvise. But because the enemies follow the same pattern every time, you can learn specific paths through each area.
These guys are going fast. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this section is difficult because you have to go towards the middle to get the coins, but then you have to go back away to be safe from the enemies. Okay, we got that first try, which is good.
Nice.
And this actually is a lot like level 28 from the World's Hardest Game 1.
Oh my gosh.
And we're about to head into 5D1, which is another one of the more difficult rooms in the game. Basically, you have to do a whole bunch of these cross intersections with enemies moving very close, and the gaps between them are not very big. This section is actually fairly lenient, but further down it gets much tighter. Now I'll try and do a tight move here. Yeah, I think we got it. Go all the way down there without stopping. Over on the right side you'll see there's a bunch of keys. We're not going to get those because that's for 100% only. So we just need to get these coins on the left hand side.
This is the tightest area. Yes.
Hey, first try.
My gosh.
Yeah, that's the hardest part of that room. Did we die in that room at all? I don't think so.
That's my knowledge.
Yeah, getting deathless in 5D1 is pretty good. And now we head into 5D2, which is basically the second last major challenge that we have to overcome. We have a huge room of enemies and coins in here, and then also a room below that we need to tackle without any checkpoints in between.
Yeah, this is the longest room in the game, taking 2 minutes without like any checkpoints or anything.
Yeah, so if I die towards the end of this, we'll lose a lot of time. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Now, in the room down here, there's a bit of a trap laid here. It looks like it's just a bunch of coins that you can just collect, but actually there are some enemies waiting behind the wall that are going to spring out exactly 33 seconds after we enter the room.
Nice.
And so we need to make sure that we're out of the way by the time that happens.
Yeah, better go quick. This is such a satisfying room. Alright, you should probably like head out now. Danicker?
I think it's alright.
I know
Yeah,
they're
it's
coming
alright.
soon.
It's alright.
Oh my god! Oh.
Ah, we
Oh.
can do another key clip there, yeah.
Thank god for key clips.
Yeah, so the old strategy would have been to leave the room and do a pattern reset. But we can actually do a key clip there. So if you time your route well around the coins, then you'll be just in time to do a key clip and evade those enemies.
Incredible. That, honestly, a round of applause. Those were 2 massive rooms, and there were no checkpoints anywhere. That was incredible.
Yeah, no deaths on that is good. We're probably doing reasonably well for pace, but we could easily lose a lot of time in the final area because it is very brutal. It can be a run killer a lot of the time.
Oh, the coins.
Oh, thanks Hsblue for the reminder. Yeah, I almost I did forget to get these coins over here. Yeah, we still need to get these coins. Yeah, we need to have 760 coins before we can go into the final area. So thank you for the reminder. The reason why I forgot is because that's just a recent change to the route that I use. So I'm in the habit of... Usually I get them earlier in the run, which means I'm in the habit of thinking that I've already gotten them.
Yeah, they're very tucked away.
When in fact I haven't.
Oh my gosh.
Going back through this same maze. And here we enter the grey.
Oh no. I don't know how you do this.
So this is just one brutal section after another. There's this room and then a room above it with 3 different challenges. And you have to get through the entire thing without any checkpoints.
Suspense, honestly. So that was a hard room, and now we're off to the final 3 rooms that also have no checkpoints. That's room 1 done.
That was the hardest part.
Room 2. Oh my gosh. Last room.
Yes. We got it.
Congratulations.
Okay, we have a 1:30 cutscene, but all of the difficult stuff of the run is done. So thanks for having me, ASM. This has been a really fantastic speedrun, and I've really enjoyed the marathon so far. Thank you to my co-commentator, Hsblue, who also speedruns the World's Hardest Game. Thank you to Stephen Critoph, the creator of the World's Hardest Game, and snayk, who made the music. And also shout outs to Raflick, who is a current prominent speedrunner of the World's Hardest Game 3, who held the world record a couple of weeks ago and has been really pushing me to improve myself. And also to Frames and Videocake, who are also part of the World's Hardest Game 3 community. And this cutscene, by the way, there's no plot in the entire World's Hardest Game until this moment. Where there's this ridiculous cutscene about basically the enemy says he's going to kill me, and then I say, no, I'm your brother, and he says, wait, you're my brother, and then I say, yeah, sure I am, and so he opens the door, and then we go to the checkpoint, and then this bit's funny as well. So you killed him, right? Yeah, oh yeah, right, yeah. Time is coming up in a couple of seconds. I'll give a quick countdown just when this cutscene finishes. Okay. 3, 2, 1, time.